Hello! Welcome to a very, let's call it special Dead by Daylight video, because in this video we'll be focusing on one game where I play killer as Pyramid Head. That's because I just want to highlight this game in particular, because this game is quite possibly one of the most infuriating games, and not even for any special reason. I was just in a bad mood when I played this game, and I got pretty mad. I didn't say much, but I got mad to an embarrassing extent. You can, even if I'm not saying much, you can really feel it in the way I'm playing the game. And I do a few toxic things, and I feel bad about it after the fact, but it was in the moment. But yeah, we're gonna get into this game, and I'll voice over for most of it. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat, before this game, I already had, I think, 2 or 3 bad games, and I don't know what happened, because I had just bought Pyramid Head, so it was my first few times even playing as him. And my first game, I was in a fire. I knew I was learning the killer. I didn't mind if I was playing poorly. But for some reason, the moment I started playing as Pyramid Head, I was suddenly getting like these, like, expert level survivors that I never really got before. Like, whenever I played as my normals, like Trapper and Ghostface, like, I wasn't getting incredibly easy games, but I didn't feel like I was losing every game. But the moment I started playing as Pyramid Head, it felt like I was getting paired with the best survivors around. So in this game, I think they were a Swift, a survivor with friends. I'm not completely sure. They seem slightly coordinated, and at the end game, you'll see they all had pretty much basically the same build. So I think they might have been friends. I am not completely sure on that one. Now, we get off to a decent start. Like, we get off to a decent start, but as the game goes on, it gets progressively worse. And I think it really kind of shows off just the progression of my anger. And I don't at least I try not to typically get angry at video games. Because I used to think, oh, it's really silly to get angry at video games. I used to think it was really silly, and people who did that were silly and goofy. But, like, this game made me realize that, like, I'm not immune to angry behavior. Yeah, and there goes the first gen. So that already kind of sets it off, because no hooks first gen is done, and I'm still chasing this guy. And this guy was kind of the bane of my existence for most of the game. Because I think he was the best looper out of all of them. Because the Leon and the Kate were fine, but I was still able to catch up to them. And this Kate in particular wasn't very good with the flashlight. Well, she was fine, but then again, with Pyramid Head, he doesn't really have a head, so I guess you probably didn't even know where to aim, to be fair. I wouldn't even know where to aim with this guy. Yeah, but no, throughout the game, you'll notice that I missed pretty much some of the easiest shots you could even imagine. Because by mid-game, I'm literally shaking because I'm so mad. And I'm missing literally every single shot, every easy shot you could possibly get handed to you in this game, I missed. I don't know, maybe these survivors weren't good and I was just really, really bad. That's also an option. Yeah, and then the ace starts crouching the ground, and it doesn't help. I normally don't really care when they do that, but like I said, I was already in a bad mood. And then the Kate would flashlight me every now and again, I think. I don't know, I think my brain forced me to forget most of this game, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I tunneled the Leon a little too much, but I think it's because I kind of caught on to the fact that he wasn't amazing at chases. Yeah, and the cherry on top of all this is the fact that we're on the Saw map of the game. The most palette-heavy map. I'm pretty sure the most palette-heavy map in the entire game. I could be wrong. And it doesn't help that I'm pretty sure at least one of them was running Windows of Opportunity. I think it could have been two of them. Which is fine. Like, I try not to complain too much about perks. Because, in my opinion, like, people who complain about perks are just... they're more annoying than the perks themselves most of the time. Because, in my opinion, at the end of the day, it's all about skill. Like, I'm pretty sure even against the most... like, yeah, there are probably certain perk builds that are pretty much impossible at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, that survivor is just taking their own fun away and taking their own opportunity to be skilled at this game or have fun. Well, they're probably having fun, they're probably just not very good at the game the way you normally would play it. Like, you can get annoyed at certain builds all you want, but just know at the end of the day, they're probably not very good at the main game themselves, so they do what they can to avoid it. Like the no hooking build. They think, ha, you can't hook me, but that probably just indicates you're not very good in chase, huh? So you have no choice but to run a no hooking build. But that's coming from someone who doesn't typically take games that seriously. Because I'm sure the people who complain about overpowered and unbalanced perks are probably the people who play really seriously and are constantly aiming to win every game they play. Or at least most games they play. I don't get too mad about stuff like that because I don't take the game that seriously most of the time. I mean, this isn't a good example of that, but... I wouldn't have built a whole channel about me being terrible at games if I actually cared about being good at games. Because, like, I don't want to be the worst possible player, but I don't really care to be the best possible player, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there are perks that are probably just terrible and overpowered and unbalanced, and I'm not seeing it because it probably just doesn't affect me as much as others. And to be fair, I hadn't really even seen MFT and Windows of Opportunity until these last few games. Actually, I don't even remember ever seeing MFT before some of my recent games. I don't think I'd ever even seen the perk. But then again, I don't think I was paying that much attention. That loop in particular really annoyed me in this game. Why I felt the need to block it out. As of right now, I've only played like maybe 5 or 6 games as Pyramid Head, so to be honest, I don't know if doing that even does anything. Other than corrupt them or judgment them or whatever the term is. Yeah, I kept letting their... I guess toxic, not really. I don't really consider everything that other people consider to be toxic to actually be toxic. Because the crouch spamming, I think, in my opinion, it's kind of just in good fun. I try not to do it because I know others don't see it the same way. Like at the gate, if I'm playing Ghostface, you'll know I nod just because, you know, I think it's in good fun. I don't do it myself. Like I said, other people don't see that the same way. But yeah, in this game, I was kind of letting it get to me, the crouch spamming. It wasn't as much of it, but my brain wanted to highlight what was there. And also, the occasional flashlight. I don't think... It probably wasn't even trying to be. I think she just couldn't aim properly. Pyramid Head. I think, is he the tallest character in the game? He might be. So it might have just been confusing. I mean, I definitely wouldn't try to put a stealth build on this guy. So I'm genuinely surprised that this one generator stayed as long as it did. Because I wasn't even really patrolling them most of the time because I was so locked on to either the ace or the lane. I didn't see the Meg at all for this endgame until like maybe the last generator. Or I mean when I was starting to actually patrol the last generator. But no, I stop a few times to look around when I realize, oh hey, I should probably be looking at these or I'm gonna fail. But no, I got so blindsided by Leon. So I especially targeted him because at one point I realized I was able to Mori him. I'm like, oh my god, I want to Mori the Leon so bad. I'm so angry, I just want someone to die. No, when I realized I could Mori that Leon, I just targeted him for the rest of however long that took. Probably not anytime soon as of right now in the footage, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because this entire game was like 27, 28 minutes long. I'm not completely sure how far we're in right now. Probably 10 minutes, maybe? Probably 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, it was probably around this point. The anger was starting to rise, unfortunately. The longer this goes on, the more shots I miss and the more anger you can feel in my swings. I'm sure they could feel it too. They were probably laughing at me, to be honest. I'd laugh at me. No, but this game was genuinely embarrassing after a while. Honestly, hitting that random shot through the wall was probably the happiest I felt that entire game. And then I got pellet stunned and I probably felt worse. Yeah, to be fair, this ace played really good the entire game. I can be angry all I want, but he was way better than me at this game, and that is a sad fact of life. That there will always be people better than you, and this game will teach you that in the most excruciatingly painful way possible. Especially when you can't even hit him through a wall. But no, I'm probably gonna take a break from this game, because this game was a day, not yesterday, it was a day ago, like me. It's about to be 2 days ago. And I'm cool now, but I still get kind of mildly annoyed at it. Mostly at myself. Like, for the first day, in the moment, I was angry at these survivors and just... Because when I realized they were Swift when I saw they all had very similar perk builds. And I was just angry. Oh, a Swift again. No wonder I lost. There's no way. But I took some time to cool off and realized, you know what? They played good. And the only one I can blame for my loss is myself. And I think a lot more people need to realize that. Is that not everything is on the other side. Because I see these Reddit wars, or these wars over the game daily. Oh, it's killer side, it's survivor side. Oh, this perk is bad, this build is bad. Oh, the survivors always win, this, that. Just accept at the end of the day that some people are better than you and move on. It's not always a game issue. It's not always a balance issue. Sometimes you just suck. And true, sometimes it really is an issue with someone else. Sometimes your opponent also just sucks and they're a jerk. They're a tunneler, they're a camper, whatever. You're allowed. Yeah, in that case, it's fine, but at the end of the day, except not every game is the other side's fault. No, this game probably would have ended way faster. Because I think they kept stopping to do heals. Which is understandable, but this game probably could have been done way faster if they had just done the gen. Because I was able to get undetectable by kicking the generators. I don't remember what the perk was called. It's a pyramid head perk. So maybe they figured that out and they were being cautious. But that's understandable. Every time I see a ghost face, I stand in the corner for 10 minutes wondering where he is. Which is funny, because I love playing Ghostface, but I hate playing against Ghostface. It's like, he's so... Like, people say the game's not scary, but... Even though I see Ghostface every, like, 2 games, because I see him the most often out of any killer. And he's the most annoying, personally, to face. At least out of the common ones I see. Not in general. Because, like, Skull Merchant's annoying, but I don't really see her that often. Until her rework, I saw her a few times after that. But no, Ghostface is really easy to play with, so that makes him one of my favorites by default, because I am a simple-minded person. Anyway, you'll see here that I drop him. That's because I thought I could Cage of Atonement him. And clearly I couldn't. He wasn't corrupted. So I'm like, oh, okay, I take him to the hook. But unfortunately, that little miss error backfired severely. Wasn't the end of the world, but it was annoying. And I think that's about the time I decided that Leon needed to die. Immediately. Effective immediately. I was declaring it as a law at that point. And then I started getting clicked at. Okay, maybe I didn't tunnel the Leon as much as I thought I did. this point, I don't know if I noticed that the Meg had disappeared. Because so far I haven't really seen her at all, from what I remember. I think she might have gotten a second hug because I tunneled her a little bit in the beginning of the game, but I'm not completely sure. All I know is that this Leon was slowly tearing away my insanity just purely because he existed still. I think it's right here that I started camping this gen a little more just because it was so close to completion. I don't remember. I think that's the one they end up completing. As for me carrying the ace right now, let me just say thank God for agitation. Agitation, best perk in the game, honestly. Overpowered behavior, please nerf. Actually, no, nerfing would be bad for me. Don't do that, please. I don't know, I guess the Meg was hiding for a while. Or she was doing a far-off gen. Actually, I think she was just healing. Because her aura would pop up every now and again from my little perk that notified me when someone healed. Yeah, because her terror radius kept, or not terror radius, her aura kept popping up. Because the perk shows you the aura of the person who heals someone, not the person being healed. So her aura would pop up every now and again, so she was probably just on standby as a medical assistant or something. I don't know if Leon has a med kit. Could be empty though. Honestly, if that gen hadn't blown, I probably would have walked right past it, to be honest. Because I think I was still looking for the ace or something, or he kind of disappeared into the hole in the ground. I don't even know what this map is. I know it's a Saw map, but what is it? Yeah, it seems like we're coming up on the car. Yeah. This is I finally catch the Leon. Final judgment. See, I remember that being so satisfying, even when the Leon clipped into the floor. I basically murdered the concrete. But unfortunately, my time spent killing Leon, that gen is probably about, yeah. I was kind of scared to just walk away from the gen, because I knew if I left it alone for probably even just 1 second, it was gonna get finished. Honestly, if I had just committed hard enough, I probably could have gotten the Leon. Because looking at the hook count, they might both be on death hook. That's one thing that angers me whenever I think about this game, is just knowing if I had just calmed down, played a little smarter, I probably could have at least gotten the three people. At least the Meg or the Ace. So I remember in the end game, after the gen gets completed, I'm hard chasing this Ace, and I'm just not getting him, just because I am so uncoordinated and angry. There's the Meg. Honestly, I probably could have Final Judgmented her if I had caught her. But no, I was just glad I had at least gotten the 2 of them out of there. Even if it was the 2 easiest to catch of them. And normally I do my little head nod, and the head nod is more or less my way of congratulating them, even if it doesn't seem like it. But yeah, in the end game, I start looking at their perks just out of curiosity, and that's where you'll notice. I think, yeah, most, if you can move on to the next dang screen, please. No one cares about your levels. Yeah, 3 of them were running Windows of Opportunity. I think 2 MFT, 3 MFTs. Sprint Burst. Go back. Hope. Yeah, another Sprint. Yeah, they were pretty much all running. Aside from a few different perks, they were running the same build. Dead hard. Yeah, and that's what got me thinking that they were probably a Swift. Or it was just a really unlucky coincidence. But no, then I cut here, I go back to Ghostface just to calm down. I got the What's Up mask to make myself feel better. Was it worth the $4 for a single digital mask? Probably not, but every time I look at it, I feel better, so that's all that counts. Yeah, and then you'll see, I load into this glorious game. What is that? 2 Prestige 100 survivors and I can't read that, but I am very blind. But 2 Prestige 100 survivors, and I'm pretty sure they were both Twitch streamers. Which, you know, luckily, I was really happy to see that neither of them were streaming, because I wasn't ready to get dunked on by a Twitch chat. But that was fun. I haven't highlighted this game. This isn't the game itself, that's just a random other highlight. Just another random highlight of my misfortune, because I had more bad games after this, but you know, that's how it goes when you let anger get the best of you. Well, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed, hope you laughed. First and foremost, I hope you learned from my mistakes. I know I have, or at least I hope I have, but we can only let time tell us that. I could just end up repeating mistakes for the rest of eternity, which in this game is pretty much an inevitability because, as you've seen in Survivor, I get mind gamed at pallets constantly, the same exact mind game every single time. That's not important right now. Videos coming soon. I said in my first video I wanted to shoot for one video a week, but now I have quite a bit of free time. I am practically a nuisance to this world. So I will be attempting at least a video every other day. So this will go up on Monday. I hope to have another video up by Wednesday. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, and bye.